Efforts to have the Argyle International Airport ready for operation by May 2016 continue to be made at an intensified pace. Areas of concentration at this time include completing the retrofitting of the passenger terminal building, completing the runway and taxiways, and the perimeter fencing, all of which are at advanced stages of completion. Efforts are also concentrated on completing the access road on the northeastern end of the runway to Mount Pleasant and Warraco. The quick completion of this road is necessary to allow the closure of the current access road to Warraco so that the runway can be completed. Equipping of the airside electrical substation is close to completion, and the lighting of the runway has commenced. Lighting of the parking lot is ongoing, and the road network within the site continues to be developed, even as the roads around the passenger terminal building are completed. Outside the terminal building courtyard, construction of the courtyard bar is at an advanced stage, as is the construction of the holding booth for taxi operators. Meantime, residents of Stubbs and surrounding areas have been promised that following the completion of the Argyle International Airport, Stubbs Bay will be restored as closely as possible to its original pristine state. The promise came from CEO of the International Airport Development Company, the IADC, Dr. Rudy Matthias, who recently addressed residents at a town hall meeting held at the Stubbs Gospel Hall.
We all want Stubbs Bay to look again the way it used to look. It used to be a nice beach, very nice. In fact, the sea was very rough, now I am a parent. I wouldn't allow my child to go and swim in the Stubbs Bay. If she goes out there, I'm going to go out there with her. I sometimes wonder how come my mother allowed us to go down to Stubbs Bay August time, Easter time, and swim, because it's a very dangerous place, really. Well, so you say. But when I swam there, it wasn't calm. So I don't know if climate change is making a difference now. But I know the beach was always nice and sandy. Nice, black, fine sand. And before we leave Argyle Airport, the International Airport Development Company will do all in its power to restore the beach at Stubbs Bay to as near as possible the condition that it was before we started our work.
Dr. Matthias told residents that an important question to ask would be, how can they, the residents, continue to partner with the IADC and the company that will be managing the airport going forward to ensure that some of the benefits that flow to the airport also flow to the community?
There are, of course, many ways in which the community can benefit, not only by partnering with the management company, but if you remember, we had, I think Jennifer Richardson organized a town hall meeting here about 2 years ago, where we talked about some of the different things, some of the different businesses that people in the surrounding communities can engage themselves to benefit from the Argyle International Airport. And we don't have to tell you how you can benefit. I am sure as time goes by, you yourselves would start recognizing the different kinds of ways in which you can do business to make some money from the airport. Because everybody who comes to Argyle will be driving through this community. So the airport is in your community, and you have to start thinking, how can we benefit from it? You can't allow other people to come and benefit from it, and you don't. So that is something that you need to think about. And those are the positive impacts of the construction of the Argyle Airport. Before, I was talking about the negative ones, about the dust and the stones that are on the beach and the noise and so on. But we need to focus on the positives, because when we conceived of this idea of building the airport, the idea was the positive externalities, the positive benefits that we can get from the airport project. If the negatives were greater than the positives, we would never have engaged ourselves in this exercise. So we have to keep focus on the positive impacts that are likely to result from the airport project. When we are almost done, we at the IADC also intend to engage in a beautification exercise of the lands around the airport project. So you may see that we've created some embankments and they are not the most attractive right now. Well, we can't focus on that now because we are focused on finishing off the work within the airport fence so that the airport can become operational. And we want to have the airport become operational very soon. But when we have finished the work within the fence, we will be engaged now in a number of small projects outside the airport fence. And one of them is, of course, to build a road that traverses the southern end of the runway. We are talking about a road that will exit the main road near to the Mount Coke junction, and that will go around the southern tip of the runway, pass by the crushing plant, and join back with the old Raraku Road near to the old sugar mill tower. So that road will take you back around to the Raraku pond. And that is a new road that we will be building. We are right now building or rebuilding the old Argyle Road. That is the road that exited the site near to the Peruvianville School. So we are in the process, well, if you say Argyle School. So the Argyle School, I always call it Peruvianville School, but the minister said it is Argyle School, so exited at the Argyle School. So that road is under construction right now. And effectively what we're doing there is rebuilding the old Argyle Road. So residents on the eastern side of the airport will have access to the main road using both the old Argyle Road going towards the Argyle School, or you can exit, or you can approach the main highway using the road that will be exiting near to the Mount Coke Church. So we are in the process. In addition to that, we intend to do some work on improving the Raraku site, the Raraku recreational site. Most people would not know that although the Ministry of Tourism and the National Parks built the Raraku recreational facility, IADC has spent a lot of money and time building the parking area and building the roads towards that facility. And we intend, before we complete our works here at Argyle, to continue to enhance the facility down there, which I am sure many persons from Stubbs and the surrounding communities use. We intend to beautify that as well. So we are not going to only be beautifying and enhancing the Stubbs Bay, but we are going to be spending some time enhancing the Raraku Pond.
For more information regarding the construction of the Argyle International Airport, log on to www.svgiadc.com or find us on Facebook at Friends of the Argyle International Airport or on Twitter at Argyle International.